University, which is in College Station, Texas, that A and M mean nothing now. But when the university was established, it was meant agricultural and mechanical. So the school was for cowboys and for engineers. So when we greet each other on campus, or when we start making a presentation, we say howdy. So I'm going to say howdy to you, and you have to say howdy. Howdy! Louder! Howdy! Howdy! Yeah, you got to work on that. So it's a pretty typical greeting to one another at Texas A&M. The university has 50,000 students. It is, strangely enough, the second largest university in Texas, behind the University of Texas, which we don't like at all. But it's a wonderful place to teach and to learn. My degrees are in communication. I'm locked up in the College of Education by a very strange circumstance, but I have a BS in radio and television from Indiana University, an MA in journalism from Penn State, and a PhD in mass communication from the University of Wisconsin at Madison. So my interests now combine media and education, and how education can benefit from the use of media. And I also teach online. I teach courses via e-learning. So that's become another interest of mine, is how you develop an e-learning program and how you teach people best when you never see them ever. Okay? And then I'd like to thank my husband, Dr. Tim Walters, who couldn't be here because of a paperwork issue. Of course, I'm being perfectly objective when I say this, but I think he's a wonderful researcher and a scholar, and a good teacher, and a wonderful speaker, and I hope you have the chance to meet with him someday and to learn from him and to teach him about your situation here in Indonesia. So you'll just have to put up with me today. No slides, just me. But I'll try to talk slow enough so that you will understand, because I know that listening is the hardest skill when you're an English language learner, and it all sounds like after a while. So when I get to the stage, because I do have a background in mass communication, my interest now is in digital storytelling. And that's why I thought this was great, because it fits in perfectly with my discussion of how the media can make use of traditional culture, how you can combine traditional culture and modern media. I mean, there's an electric car, there's a digital screen, there are puppets, there's all the things that you use in telling stories in a traditional format, plus the use of media to enhance the stories. So when we move forward in the 21st century, we need to learn how to make these things work together. We need to learn how to make culture and technology support each other rather than fight each other. Okay. The new information technologies of our times have increased the power, utility, and presence of the media, and have placed enormous pressure on societies and their members to think about ethics, morals, values, and legal parameters in terms of media usage. And I never quite realized how very available the media were to everybody until my 2-year-old grandson grabbed the cell phone, and his first word was call, because he wanted to make a call to someone. He didn't care who it was. He just wanted to make a call to someone, and then he threw it in the toilet, so it moved in forever. But his first word was call. Our first words were puppy and kitty and mommy and daddy, because they were part of his environment. He is a child of the digital age, so he wants to call. He wants to communicate. He wants to connect with someone. While these technologies that we have these days have encouraged communication, they also have provided opportunities for misuse of information. Stories about how the media have been misused appear quite regularly. The use of digital internet-based media is testing the boundaries of ethics, morality, and legality in ways that previous communications technology did not. From the time of the first printing press in the 15th century to today's 21st century digital revolution, media usage and media technology have always faced scrutiny. They've always been regulated. Even the very first printing press in England was heavily regulated. They could only publish certain things, and if you didn't do what the king wanted, you could be hung, which was pretty drastic. And they have created a host of moral, legal, and ethical concerns. Today, these issues have become much more complex because the media are fast, they're everywhere, and they cover every part of our lives. The digital media and the internet are available 24/7, 365 days a year. They touch on our professional and our personal lives, on our personal and professional ethics, morals, and legal constraints. Social media have become responsible for the appearance of broad ethical issues because of the increasing use of Facebook and Twitter. And I know you know many of the stories of how Facebook and Twitter and other social media have interacted, not always in a positive way on individual